for the vet lab. But there are other areas where you'll be able to take photos, so I can show you that.
I'm still okay to do the video?
Yeah, right now you're good.
I wouldn't be surprised if that water gets up on us.
Oh, yeah. And it's cold, too.
I mean, it's not that bad. The sun's out, so...
Yeah, it is a nice day out. And then if you're curious what we use this for, this is like a backup aviary for our flamingos. So they can live in here. There's netting over it, so it's a little more protected for them. Right now, you've probably heard that bird flu is going around, so this is a more protected area that we could put birds in. So now you're going to follow me back here.
It's wet today.
Yeah. You picked a good day to come. It's not very crowded in the park.
That's what I was saying the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like dead here.
I know. Next weekend's going to be crazy because of the holiday.
Ah.
Are you from around here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now you're in our backup area. This building up here is our education center. So that's where all of our narrators and our camp counselors kind of work out of. This is an active traffic area, so just keep your eyes out for any cars. And then back
Yeah, like last year.
Were you here last year too?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. We do have a pool in here. Right now there's some bat rays in there. They're spending some time in the back. And then I can't show you our bird rescue center, but all the way on the other side of our campus, kind of by Penguin, we have a whole building dedicated to bird rescue. It's a huge part of what we do. This is one of our smaller freezers that aquariums uses. They store frozen food for their fish in here. And then a lot of other departments work here, so we have a water quality team that's here 24 hours a day. We need to make sure the water is in good condition for all of our animals. And then our first stop here is going to be with one of our rescue supervisors, Nick, and he's going to talk to you about how we disentangle whales.
That's my favorite bit.
What's that?
Oh, Squeam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Apart from Mardi Gras.
we got to find room for that stuff.
Yeah, that's just trash storage.
Yeah.
So my name's Nick. I'm one of the supervisors here with our rescue team. This is our large whale disentanglement gear. So this little Zodiac boat, this is named the Wing. This is the inflatable that we actually use to go out and approach an entangled whale. And we can use it to go make observations. We can put GoPros in the water. We can make an assessment of what the whale looks like. And then this is also the boat that we'll be using to remove the line off the whale if we decide that we're able to start making some cuts. This boat is smaller, it's lighter, it's low to the water, it's quieter, so it's going to be less disruptive to the whale. Once you hit up the street with Jackie, you'll see our other boat, the Second Chance, but that'll be our support boat. And so we're going to load that up with all sorts of gear. We're going to have a bunch of people on there, and we can pass stuff back and forth as needed as we're making our assessment on that whale. And then over here you can see this is actually entanglement gear. So these are different lobster traps that were removed from a whale a couple years ago. As you can see, there might be a whole lot of different stuff. There might be ropes, there might be buoys, there might be traps, sometimes there's nets. Every entanglement can be really complicated or it can be really simple, but they're all different. Every entanglement is unique. And so we have to make an assessment of like what that entanglement looks like, how it's wrapped around the whale, how it's affecting its behavior, so that we can make a determination of what we need to remove and how we can get it off safely. These are 40-ton animals. They're very dangerous for us to work with. And people have actually died doing this kind of work before, so we have to make sure and do it all safely so we can get that gear off the whale while also protecting our team and make sure that everyone's safe out there. So we're all trained at different levels. I'm a level 2 responder, so I can go out and make documentation, I can assess the whale. We have level 3s and level 4s would actually be the ones that are making the cuts on the whale. So everyone's trained to do different tasks while they're out there. On the East Coast, they even have people trained up to level 5 because they can deal with some more dangerous species over there. So we have all of our protective gear, we got life jackets, we got helmets, We'll have different types of nets, we'll have different buoys, and everything's always an ever-changing assessment, trying to determine what the whale's behavior is like, what the ocean conditions are like, how the entanglement might be shifting or changing throughout the process, and where we're at in the ocean. If we're heading down towards the border, we have to be aware we cannot cross down into Mexico, and so we have to try and do everything within our limitations here. Do you have any questions?
No. Sweet.
Yeah, otherwise I'll pass you back off
Yeah.
to Jackie. She can walk you back up the street and see the rest of our rescue center.
Yeah. All right, now from here on, I'm gonna ask you not to film, only because we have some dolphins in the back pools here. We're kind of watching them medically, so I can let you know if there's anything you want to take a photo of. I'll let you know if it's okay.
I
Sound
could
good?
also just record in the ground too.
What's that?
I could also just.
Yeah, you could do that if you just want the audio. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you get to kind of get a sneak peek into our lab here. So any animal that needs a procedure, if it's small enough, like a sea turtle, dolphin, sea lion, they can bring it into the lab and we can get blood samples, x-rays, basically just give it an exam. And some animals in the park are too big to bring them here. So like an orca, a walrus, our team has portable equipment that they can bring to that exhibit to check on that animal. And now I'm gonna turn you over to Annie.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Good.
I'm Annie, I'm from the rescue team. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our transport units we use for them. So the main one we use here is our rescue truck. So we get phone calls from folks like you who are on the beach and worried about an animal. Give us a call, send us some pictures. We decide as a team, okay, we need to go and check this animal out. Load up. We get there, the first thing we're going to do is find the animal. So we find the animal and then we're going to talk again as a team. Is this safe? Can we rescue this animal and not harm it more? Can we rescue it and not bother all the other sea lions? Can we rescue it and keep ourselves safe? So all those things are talked about before we actually commit to a rescue. Doesn't mean we're not going to go back and try again. We're going to definitely keep watching an animal if we can't do it that day. But say it works out. Okay, it's time to rescue the animal. We're then going to assign jobs to everybody. You're going to have your main netter. You're going to have a backup netter. You're going to have the bite glove person. So these are actually welding gloves. We use them as bite gloves because sea lions can be quite dangerous, and if they're not feeling well, they could be extra grumpy. So these help keep us safe from the nasty bacteria in their teeth. It still hurts if you get bit by them. You might get a nasty bruise, but hopefully you won't get any of that nasty bacteria inside. So we do all that, then we gotta pick the nets. Are we gonna have a long pole with big hoops on it, or the animal so big that we have to use a throw net where we throw it on top, cinch it close, and then talk again how we're gonna move that animal. But the main goal is net them, get them into this transport unit. And this is lifting, we can make it go up and down, put them in here, and bring them back to SeaWorld, and that's where their journey is gonna start. You're gonna hear a little bit more about that from Nikki as we walk down here, but I'm gonna let you know how we return our animals. So you can see a little bit more of our vet lab here, as Jackie was talking about. If it needs a little bit more work than just some little medical stuff, they can do full surgeries in here. So this is a full surgical room. So this is our rescue boat. We mostly use it for returns. So we can load up multiple animals in here. We use a crane hitch thing to load them up all in there. And say like they're a California sea lion, those are coastal feeders. We're gonna return them closer to the bay. But say it's like a fur seal, those are pelagic, or a seabird that's pelagic, we're gonna go a little further out. So it's really dependent on the animal. But once we get to the location, this door can come off, and then we get our shields to protect us, and we open up the transport units, and hopefully they go back into the ocean, because that's what we're trying to do here. If they're a younger animal, maybe we'll try to return them with a buddy, because sometimes it's nice to have a friend kind of make that jump than trying to do it all by yourself, especially if you haven't been in the ocean at all for some of our kids. But it's a really exciting day for us. And Nikki can tell you a little bit more about their actual care while they're here. Thank you.
So Annie just told you all about how we rescue them. So once we get them back here, our most common rescue are the little pups, the little guys, like the ones you hear right now. They're real noisy.
They're loud.
They're waking up, wondering where lunch is. But once we get them back here, usually they're skinny, dehydrated, so we'll get some fluids in them, get them some fish smoothie. Just got some fish and vitamins and nutrients in it. And then we have a nice little suite in here that's all warm and cozy. And once they've been in there for a bit, we'll get them outside the pools. They can have some pool time, maybe with Buddy. And a little bit after that, hopefully they'll start eating on their own too. And once we get them to start eating, they'll start socializing with other pups more. And then they'll go throughout our little process of from small pools to big pools with more animals. And once they're eating more and consistently and socializing with those other animals and gaining more weight, and once they hit a certain weight, we'll tag them, put a little orange tag on them, and then get them on the boat to return them. Then along with those guys, we get cases like adults that have neurotoxins in their brains, or we have a yearling right now that was hit by a boat. So she has some gashes on her from a boat, but she is very resilient and healing herself. It's very cool to watch. And along with marine mammals, we also rescue birds, and we have a turtle in care right now. Last year we had 2 dolphins that we were able to successfully rehabilitate. There's the word. The word just wasn't coming out. And they're living their best life out in the park right now. So we get to do a lot of really cool things, and we also have the vets that help us out a ton. And we're very lucky to be right next to the lab, so that we have that quick access to them.
Any questions?
I appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right, sweet. I'll start walking you back out.
Bye.
Thank you. Alright. That might be our last group for this morning. Yeah.
Jeez, that sun is bright.
I know, it's pretty hot in the sun. That's a nice thing though about working at the San Diego Seaworld is we almost always have nice weather for rescues. We get some rain, but usually have pretty good conditions for rescues.
Do you think is that the last group come through?
I want to say so.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, there's like no one in the park today.
What's that?
There's like no one in the park.
I know, it's nice and empty, but there's so many talks going on today for Inside Look that you should be able to get like a good view. And I know they're doing talks at sea lion, sea otter, orca, by the jellies, which isn't open yet, but I think the aquarists are talking about it.
Outside is open.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah,
inside.
like the plaza. So
Cool.
you're welcome to go to those talks and learn more. I recommend the sea otter talk. They're always one of my favorite animals to learn about.
I got something at 2:30, so
2:30, okay. Which
Yeah.
one is that?
you know the rescue show in Mission Bay Theater?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, it sounds like you got your day planned out.
Yeah.
That was your first time? Oh, no, you said you came here last year
Yeah.
for this, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't here last year. I was over working at Wild Arctic with the belugas and the walruses. I'm pretty sure I did a sea otter talk. I didn't get to see what happened back here. And I know what's different this year from
Isn't that
last
how
year.
we got in here?
Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna let you out nearby by the orca exhibit.
Ah.
Yeah.
Food
There's also people getting on the ride over here now.
for the big gate.
Yeah, through the big gates.
Sweet.
And if you're curious, all of these tanks right here are sand filters, and I think ozone maybe, for the orca exhibit. So these are just pumping all of the water that's going through the orca exhibit. It's pretty insane, our water quality system.
Feels like we're in a parade, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this will probably be where the Mardi Gras parade
Oh
starts.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, our water quality team is here 24/7 to make sure that everything is going right, whether it's for our fish or orcas, doesn't matter. And then if you go by the Sky Tower, there's a bunch of booths set up with different organizations too. So you can talk to Fish and Wildlife, the Humane Society, and the Seal Society. They're all set up by the Sky Tower there. So, all right, any other questions? Okay, have fun today.